You could write books and books about all these processes. Would never fail because we've spent so much time putting this all together.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the right people and the right leadership to show the people the way, then it's all going to fail anyway. We have great people. That's in the end. That's what it is. We have no turnover. I mean, attrition is nothing.
Really?
Yeah. You work there, you just stay there. Working there's an
You
experience.
know that's really rare these days.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Forever Podcast. Man, how we doing today? How we feeling? There's a lot of stuff that's going on currently, and we are gonna get into some killer conversation, man. We got Mike Saglin on the podcast from Infinity Exteriors. He's the brand president. And he's a guy that is all about community. He's about leadership. He's about the people, culture, and overall just a good guy that has a vision and believes in people. And when you get in a room with people like this, you start to, understand how they got to their position that they're at right now. He lives leadership in all aspects of his life, and dude's got some killer kicks too, man. You'll hear about that conversation very shortly. He's got a whole collection of kicks, man, which is awesome. So, just a really good guy, and and I think through this podcast, you're gonna learn that culture in your organization, as far as to scale and to grow, is the key. It's the key. Yes, there's a lot of other things that you need to be able to grow and get to the places that you know that you want to be, but culture is like your team that you're building to empower them to make their own decisions so they can critically think about problem solving and coming up with solutions at scale. That is the most amazing thing that you can build, because then you know that those pieces of your business are running smoothly and you have trust in those places, because you can't be everywhere. And Mike, as a brand president, he can't be everywhere, but he instills that brand throughout the entire organization. You're going to hear about how he's been able to stamp and repeat that over and over as they're growing and scaling from Wisconsin to Illinois, and who knows where they go next. So enjoy this conversation. This one's a really good one, and so glad that you tuned in to the Forever Podcast.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Forever Podcast. It's your boy, it's your host, Jamar Jones. And we got an amazing guest here today. We got my man, Mike Saglin, is in the building. He is a leader, community advocate, an amazing human being. We're going to get to know him a little bit more. Welcome to the show, man.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. So tell me about what your favorite spot is in Milwaukee, location, food, entertainment. What are you into? What are you into when you hit the city?
It's Fiserv.
Yeah.
That area has grown. It's great down there now. They have great restaurants that surround it. Little Mecca. I used to watch basketball games there when I was little. Now it's a restaurant. There's a nice little bar down there right off the district called Whitetail. Must stop. It's great time there.
Yes. And have you been a long time Bucks fan?
I grew up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up in central Milwaukee. So
Okay.
literally walking distance from the old Mecca, the old county stadium, now AmFam.
Yeah.
It was a great spot to grow up.
Yeah, 100%. And just the remodeling of the arena has just lit up that whole downtown area.
Yeah.
So nice, because I know for the long, when I get in a lot of conversation when I'm traveling, people are either they've never been to Milwaukee before, or it's been a long time since they hit the city. And I'm like, you got to go. Like
Yeah.
it's lots changed
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
past decade.
The stigma of Wisconsin, right?
Yeah,
like Milwaukee's
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
little city, low payroll, Green Bay.
Yeah.
There's nothing there except
Yeah.
for the Packers. But yeah, Milwaukee's a little different. If you stop,
Yeah.
you'll come back.
Yeah,
It's grown into to be something pretty proud of. That
Yeah.
we can be proud of.
And really, it's the people, man.
Mhm.
Like the people here, when you start to really get ingrained into the city, like the people are just second to none, man. They're just
Yeah.
like they're really loyal, compassionate, just amazing people, and just like warm-hearted is what a lot of like the sense that I get from Milwaukee. And you are a football coach,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about how is it leading? I know what age group? What age group are they?
I've coached varsity. I've coached kindergarten.
Okay.
So
okay, cool.
You pick, and we can start on either end.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you got the whole gamut. What is it like leading a team for a common goal? Just in football. We'll start there first.
I think my journey is a little different than a lot of people. I fell into coaching. I played forever. So I was 30 years old when I stopped, and I needed something to get away from. So I joined the varsity staff with no children.
Mm-hmm.
So no children playing football yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're teaching other people's kids how to play football, but that starts your leadership journey because you need to instill your core values into the kids to understand what a team is, what you mean to a team, what taking a play off or taking a quarter off or not coming to practice means to the other 90 kids that are there.
Yeah.
You're not going to get where you want to go without all hands on deck.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just curious, do you know a guy, so it's a great friend of mine, Jeremy McLaughlin?
No.
Do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
Okay. He coaches a lot of basketball, and he's done a lot of like women's, girls, boys, but he's over in like Catholic Memorial, like Waukesha area. He's coached, but he's done varsity, and he's just a well-known like coach around the area. I just didn't, it's small Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Never knew. And then how long you been coaching for?
It's 27 years.
27 years.
In total. From the time that the time that I started coaching, it's been 27 total years.
What's the most memorable coaching moment that you can share with us real quick?
It's easy for me, and
Yeah.
it touches my heart every time I tell the story. We had so I was coaching high school at the time. We had a team of kids that played together from first grade until their senior year of high school, and I was year 7 or 8 into this varsity team, and we got into the playoffs. We level 1 win our game. Level 2 we were a 2 seed.
Okay.
Level 2 we play a team that beat us earlier during the year. Had the whole redemption speech from the coaching staff, like you don't get this chance a lot in your life. We crushed that team, and then level 3, level 4. Level 4 is the game to go to state.
Yeah.
We find out that one of the best people I've ever met in my life, didn't have much longer to live. And he joined the staff that year because he knew he was kind of coming to the end, and we won that game. And I have goosebumps right now, actually.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of grown men hugging, crying. We ended up losing in the state game, but it didn't matter at that point.
Oh,
You know what I mean? It's the bigger part of
Yeah,
life
of
that
course.
kicks in, and it was pretty awesome.
Wow. And how does man, like how do you really bring the team closer during a moment like that?
I think they see it on you. That's the honesty of life. I think when a grown man can tear up in front of kids, and it's just genuine.
Yeah.
And the story didn't end the way we wanted it to end. but the story is the story. I mean, on the other hand, I can argue that we won I coach my son's team also.
Okay.
We win what our youth Super Bowl, whatever it is. But just my son jumping into my arms crying. And his version of his tears were a complete different tears that my other story was, but they somewhat met the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just kind of emotion and honesty kicks in.
Yeah, a lot of times when you got to lead, it's not always with like an iron fist.
Right.
You know, you got that compassion, that empathy really works wonders when you're trying to lead people. And how is coaching also translated then into what you're doing for Infinity?
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's I think the best part about leadership is if you're honest every day, it's really easy.
Yeah.
Stand behind what you say, be there for your people, make it known that you genuinely care about their well-being.
Yeah.
And they're going to be there for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely something that, like, a lot of people try to put on the fake facade or the tough facade, trying to lead people. But, just knowing that you're honest and you don't have anything to hide and I'm right there with you, there's that dynamic that builds trust, over a long period of time. And how long have you been at Infinity then?
12 years.
12 years. And you guys have done a lot of homes.
Yeah. 40. We're in that. We're over 48,000.
Yeah. What has that journey been like for you?
It's probably worth writing a book about at some point.
Yeah.
We were a roofing company. But Infinity was, so the founder of Infinity, his name is Josh Sparks. He is now doing big things for our sector and for people. We're building something big.
Yeah.
But he started Infinity when he was subcontracting for a company that is still in business. But when he had to collect the bill, he didn't understand why it was so much. And he couldn't justify in his head why someone would charge someone this much money to do this job.
Yeah.
And that was it. He started Infinity and said, and that's who we are still today. We're a big volume. We're a volume company. We charge what we need to charge.
Yeah.
And it's not too much. It's not too little. It's what it costs.
Yeah.
And we've done great with it. It's just the honesty comes back into play here again.
Yeah. So it's funny that, a business is started through like, hey, why does it need to be like this? And maybe we could do it better, but also be at an affordable price, for people. Give me a story about a job that you guys have done that is like just a one-of-a-kind kind of job that you could share with us.
Well, we did the largest pieced metal roof in the state at one point. When I say pieced, it's not your long panels. It's they don't make the product anymore, unfortunately, but it looks like shingles.
Okay.
Really cool job. We've done did a huge WIDA project in Madison, which was awesome. I mean, we get into that kind of work too.
Yeah.
And it was 11 buildings, all roof, siding, windows, gorgeous property. I mean, it was, the color scheme was awesome. Walking away from it when we were done, the last thing we did was put the siding on the sign out front that said the name of what it was. But we don't get into a lot of the large commercial stuff, which would be memorable for most people.
For sure. Yeah.
But every project is memorable. Right?
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing with us is that you're doing a shingle repair or you're doing a $150,000 home makeover. That person is the same person.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you treat every job the same. Yeah, that you're going into it. And what so, with roofing, like a lot of times, like I used to own a home, and anytime you need some work done, you kind of just scroll through the internet.
Yeah.
Or you might know somebody, that can help. What's the difference between you guys and just hiring a subcontractor or a contractor to come and do the job.
Biggest thing, if you're ever looking for anyone exterior or anyone for that matter,
Yeah.
read the reviews. I
Yeah.
mean, the reviews tell you the story. We can't pay people to leave good reviews or bad ones for that matter. So
Yeah.
the vast majority of ours are good. The bad ones will explain kind of what happened. Because if I told you that every project's perfect, I'd be lying to you.
Oh yeah,
It just it doesn't
stuff happens.
doesn't work that way. But if you, it's how you end. Can you
Yeah.
shake hands at the end? Can you just admit that, hey, just something went wrong, and
Yeah.
but now we're here. Yeah, we'll go to the reviews first.
Yeah.
We're just different because we're different.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we grade ourselves as a company on our customer reception. What do
Mm-hmm.
our reviews look like? How do our people feel working
Mm-hmm.
at Infinity? We've kind of brought hospitality into the roofing sector. My dad was a chef. I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up in that too, where
Nice.
it doesn't if someone signs a contract for a roof, for siding, for windows, they're with us, they're signing for an experience.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you treat them that way. Someone's going to do a roof once, maybe twice in their life.
Yeah.
It's exciting for them, so it better be exciting for us.
Yeah. Hey, now can you cook as well?
I,
So your dad was a chef. So
Yeah, I say I can cook. I think I can talk about how I cook better than I can cook. I'm okay.
yeah. What was the best dish growing up?
Oh, it's funny because I give my parents the business all the time because I basically lie to my kids about how I grew up eating hot dogs and dry pork chops. But
Yeah.
my favorite tenderloin.
Yeah.
That should be everyone's favorite, but that was absolutely my favorite.
Oh man. Yeah. Definitely like a tender, like, oh man. So good. So good.
Got to eat it rare.
Yeah. Rare.
Oh, I eat everything rare.
Rare. I can't do rare. Usually it's like medium. Medium
You're
is
taking
like
all the flavor out of it.
can have a bunch of like sitting in a puddle. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh.
kind of yeah, cold in the middle. Yeah.
Hey, there's something for everybody. There's something
Yeah.
I couldn't take it because I used to have. You actually growing up was everything was like well done, and then I learned that I want some flavor.
Yeah,
there, but I couldn't go
At
as
least
far
go
as
medium rare.
Yeah, medium rare.
Yeah, at least go there.
All right, Mike. Just
Try it once.
just for you.
Yeah,
I'm
right,
gonna
I
try that
appreciate
next
it.
time. I'm gonna try that next time and see how that goes. I'll send you a picture.
Perfect.
And so like with what you guys do, with so many homes, I mean like 48,000 homes, how do you keep the standard like that, like the quality standard so high? As you're doing so much, like you say, it's a lot of volume. It's like you're going constantly. How do you keep that standard high?
I think there's two answers. I mean, I could go down the chain of all the processes we have built to make sure that happens, or I could just tell you that the people at Infinity know the drill.
Yeah.
And that's more important than the process. Is you could write books and books about all these processes. Would never fail because we've spent so much time putting this all together.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the right people and the right leadership to show the people the way, then
Of course.
it's all going to fail anyway.
Yeah.
We have great people. That's in the end, that's what it is. We all, the majority, we have no turnover. I mean, attrition is nothing.
Really?
Yeah. You work there. You just stay there because it's working there is an
That's
experience.
really rare these days.
Yeah.
Like
And
super rare.
I don't know if anyone could work anywhere else. And I don't think
Yeah.
it's not because of me, and it's not because of what we do. I think it's the atmosphere. It's a really, it's our offices. We have 6 of them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all like, you walk in and everyone's enthused. Everyone's
Yeah.
energized. It's, I mean, not that I could work anywhere else, but I don't think I could anymore because of what we built. It's
So
it's a
culture.
great place. Yeah.
It comes down to
yeah.
culture, and sounds like the culture is like really sound throughout the organization, which
Yeah.
is, and that stems from leadership. What's your number one leadership like rule? I would say, when you need to lead a team, like how do you, like what's your standards?
Admit your faults. I mean, start there. I've never ruled hard. I've never really had to. I mean, you can when you have to, but
Yeah.
you don't. I don't even know what ruling hard is, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But be honest with your people and let them know that are part of something special.
Yeah.
We all talk every day. We're all doing something that no one's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe there's another company quite like ours anywhere else. Sheer size alone, plus what we provide to people.
Right.
Experience-wise, I mean, our warranties are unbelievable too, and that's basically just we built that over the years. We're
Yeah.
sizable, so we can return that to the homeowner.
That's nice.
Yeah, but yeah, we're learning every day.
Yeah.
Learn something every day and realize that you're learning every day, and you're in the now. Just make it as good as you can make it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point because there's a lot of companies, when you see you're learning every day, there's a lot of companies that get real stagnant, like quick. They get comfortable, and the learning stops. They're not changing and evolving anymore. And I just think that's really important to always keep learning because, like, when you figure out, like, you start to know it all and, like, yeah, we're the biggest, we're the baddest, like nothing, we're here. Somebody else, just like you guys, kind of came in and said, "Hey, we could do this better."
Yeah.
Right. And then that's when that starts to happen. So the fact that you guys are constantly evolving and changing is awesome. And I have a great good friend of mine, and they built a company with that same philosophy as well. Like the industry was just stagnant and just like same old, nothing's going to change. And the consumers just had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so to come in with that frame of mind, like there's such a big opportunity. And the fact that you guys lead with culture first is just so important. I've heard this, I don't know if you've heard this phrase before, is hire fast, fire fastest, hire fast, fire faster, promote fastest.
Yep.
Have you heard that before? Yeah. How does that work when you guys really notice a rock star, just like on your team? Like, how do you? Is that something that you're saying? Hey, let's go ahead and give this person more opportunity, or how does that work?
That's rare in our business,
Okay.
by the way, because you usually stops at one shop.
Oh,
and it's a money. You're just getting money at
yeah,
that point.
okay. No, it's good.
No, that was a culture thing with us. When someone outgrows their position, what do you do with them? What opportunities can you provide to them? That's how we started expanding. So we had a gentleman who's doing a great job. He's in Appleton now. Kind of needed to spread his wings a little bit. Well, he wanted to go there. We sent him there. We had a guy that wanted to go to Madison. We sent someone to Madison. So every person every shop that we've opened we call them brand managers. Our brand managers are all like home-based employees.
Okay.
It's changed the game.
Yeah.
We've had people come to us and say, "Hey, I got family in La Crosse. Well, let's see if we can do something up there." Because we're not going in blind. We're going with a story. Like we're Infinity, and this is what we do.
Yeah.
So we just scout it a little bit, send a guy up there and say, sell away.
Yeah.
And it's
it's working.
It's working. Yeah.
That's good. And why is branding so important to you guys? I feel like, like once again, the industry can get real stagnant. You can get used to your phone ringing but why is branding and just being in front, why is that so important to you guys?
There's also two answers to that.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, I could say growth. I could say we have a goal. We all have a goal, right?
Yeah.
I have a goal of a dollar amount I want to hit and a location goal before I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit that.
Yeah.
And everyone that all 94 people at Infinity know that we're going to hit that because why would they question it? We've already beaten everything else, every other goal we've had. Mm-hmm. Branding with us, it's a pride. It's almost a pride thing at this point. And you want people to know you work at Infinity. You want to come to work knowing that. Another great quote. We use it at the end of a lot of our meetings. Every decision you make every day should be made with the mindset you're building a company better than ours. So that's gone a long way. Where you're going to work, you're making a difference, and as long as we keep our headspace correct day in and day out, we're on 35, 38 job sites a day. So if we're affecting 35 to 38 homeowners, human beings in a positive manner,
Yeah.
you feel good.
Yeah.
And that's what this really boils down to with us is roofing exteriors. It's such a fractured industry right now as it is. You have how many times you see people on the news with, I got my deposits taken. I don't know where this company went. Now we have.
Dude, I just heard about this. So it was popped up on my Facebook, and I was like, dang. I mean, somebody had just a really bad story with a certain contractor, and like, the comments underneath were like, yeah, same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. And I was like, oh my God. That's why reputation is so important. Like back to the reviews.
Yep.
It's like, man, like if you don't keep that right, you know, people, that word spreads fast.
Yeah. And it super fast.
Yeah.
And now we're getting storm events now I mean, once, twice every year. And that makes it worse because now you have companies from other states come in. They're not all bad, but a lot of them are. And so then we're in the roofing sector. So we're grouped into that as much as we say that we're not stormers. We come in and we give you a price and you do what you want.
Yeah.
What we don't want is for the bad companies to continue to get work, and then the whole industry stays in the perception that it is.
Right.
When we are honestly the polar opposite of that.
Yeah.
We don't hide anything. You know what the pricing is. We show you. Like when we're in the house, everything's on a tablet. Everything's broken down.
Yeah.
It's so black and white.
Yeah.
And the industry could be that way, and it could be fabulous if everyone lived that way.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
It's nice. It's nice when you have some honesty, especially around the pricing. We can get to the whole medical healthcare conversation, because that's, I mean, you know, and I love that people are challenging people in that as well. Like, just, hey, if I got a hospital bill, let me see, like, where is this going? You know, like, please. So like the same thing like applies in your industry. It was like, yeah, just be transparent.
Yep.
You know, with what's going on, and the more fair you can be, you know, the better for people. And that's so good that you guys have this stance in your brand and like who you are, and you want people to know, you know, about like what you guys are doing. That's absolutely incredible. And culture is it's just so I talk to so many entrepreneurs, you know, every single day, and like culture always wins.
Yeah.
You know, you can bang down the doors, you could have killer sales, you could have these ups, you know, in your company, but like what's going to keep you there is culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 100. And how many people you guys have total working for you guys now?
94.
94. Nice. So still tight knit, but you have several locations.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that may have made us tighter because the conversation is different.
Yeah.
You know, you'll call someone from the other office. How's it going? Just out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like you sat next to them for 2 years and you just stay in contact with them.
Mm-hmm.
We do a ton of company events. We do a ton of charity work. And we get together for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, it's help people out. You know, we do we have a huge event up in Appleton. We're doing another Habitat house. We do.
Oh, Habitat house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
we do
cool.
give away 5-6 roofs to veterans a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's actually we have a fundraiser roof we're giving away in my hometown. Raffling it off basically for a family in need.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's just it makes you feel good.
Of
like,
course.
and that
Of course.
yeah. And we don't promote it. We don't bring any of it up. We don't put it out on social. Like, we're not doing it for any other reason other than other people need help.
Yeah, they need help,
And we don't need to profit off it.
Yeah. Well, you're not very boastful about it, but it is nice to hear that you guys are doing those things too at the same point, because, you know, I mean, the branding at least is important, that like, hey, you guys care about community and you care about the people, like, honestly, you know, that's absolutely incredible. So now you've been doing some podcasts. You say you do some speaking. What do you normally talk on when you do some speaking? Leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at it. I'm not.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm not. I don't prep. I just go into it. And
Yeah.
I feel, I don't want to look, I don't speak well as it is. I have a Wisconsin accent. I know that. But there'll be no question that I'm off the cuff is honest. I'm not, I don't really even know where I was going.
But I mean, you know what you're talking about because you've been a leader in a leadership role, a mentorship role for so long that it's easy to kind of go in front of a crowd or tell people just about your story, you know, and the things that matter to you most. Which, you know, I think for a speaker, just with our audience in particular, we have a lot of speakers, authors, you know, entrepreneurs that listen to the pod. And if you know truly what you're talking about, it makes it that much easier to be a speaker. I mean, there's a lot of speakers that they hear different things or quotables from other people, and you're like, I don't know if I fully believe what you're what you're selling there. But if you're doing it from an authentic place, it makes it, you know, so much easier. And just it's something that happens just through repetition and practice. Because I'm sure, like when you're coaching, you probably don't even. You're not even thinking about it, you know?
It's funny you bring that up because you spend hours and hours putting play sheets together.
Yeah.
And they stay tucked in the back of my pants and I never pull them out.
You never pull them out?
Because it's the feel part of it.
Yeah.
Which is the best part about coaching football, by the way.
Yeah.
Just that mind game.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm going to stop this or I'm going to run this. You do this, I'll do that. The cat and mouse.
Yeah. That's why I love watching football because I like to see that dynamic of like how you're gonna. I actually used to coach, so I was assistant coach with Jeremy with some AAU basketball and things like that. It was Rising Force was the team. It was 7th and 8th graders. So I did that for about a year and a half ish. It was awesome. Got to travel around. The kids are just so incredible. You know, just seeing their growth. And just even like where they're at today is awesome just to see it. And that's what it's all about. Like, you know, I couldn't keep it up long term just because my life and business and, you know, all that stuff. But it was just, it's so impactful just to see those kids light up. And especially like, I know you've probably seen this, like when there's a moment where they've been working on something and then it just clicks.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And they just run it up and they're just pumped about it. And, you know, there's just no better feeling than knowing like what it took for them to like actually make that happen, you know? I just love that part of coaching. And there's the same thing, like within business, it's the same thing. Like you see somebody working at something, they're like, oh man. And now, do you work with more of the sales side?
I work more operations.
Or operations.
We have a sales manager. We have a sales trainer.
Okay.
I get into conversations about. I worked forever, so I did siding, did windows. So if there's custom questions, then I get involved with the sales guys, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But just custom things. We have management teams that.
Yeah.
And then scale down from there.
And in operations, what do you feel is like, man, I mean, operations is key. I mean, sales is just as important as the ops is. What do you feel like for keeping everything systematized, processes, procedures? How do you kind of lead with making sure everybody understands like their role, when to go into a situation, when not to? Like, how do you keep that standard? We
have systems built for that. We have we use something called a pod system.
Okay.
So years back, I don't want to give away all our secrets, but I'll give away one of these. We had a bunch of project managers and a bunch of salesmen. So salesman 1 would sell a job, and PM 1 through 9 could get that job.
Okay.
And salesman 1 through 10 all might sell a little bit different.
Okay.
So we broke them into little mini businesses within our business. We put 3 salesmen with a roofing, a siding, and a window project manager. You guys have meetings. You guys have meetings. You guys have meetings. So they have these conversations, and they're basically training each other throughout these meetings. They have their own chats. They have it's pretty cool. So now that was the birth of our greenfields. So within Infinity New Berlin, we had 3 mini businesses working, and now you can take that idea and go plop it somewhere else.
Oh man. Okay, everybody listening and watching, this is some gold here, and I need to give away everything. but that's how you scale. Like when you build kind of those mini ecosystems, you call them pods.
Yeah.
Like that is how you scale something the right way, because then now you have a system for those pods. So now if you create another pod, you say, hey, here's the formula.
Yep.
Here's the play. Hey, we want to expand. Let's create a pod first. Let's get I mean, that's genius. That's really good. And it's a way for people to feel empowered.
Yeah.
Which is also incredible.
The leader will step up.
Yeah.
Within the pod. We joke about this too. We spent years and years breaking down silos, and forget it. We'll just build 3. so that's what happened. But yeah, your leaders will grow. They'll step up, take control of the meetings, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
That guy's ready to go.
Yeah. And you're really, giving a platform for more leaders to be created, through that, because especially at scale, you can't point just to one person the whole time. Like, people have to feel empowered. They have to make those decisions, critical problem solving, going through this, because if your phone's blowing up all day.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
Yeah. And you basically give the guys the keys.
Yeah.
And you're going to hire 3 operations managers, or you're going to let these people control their own destiny within their pods.
Yeah. That's gold, man. That's gold. I mean, we got a lot of people listening that are, they have various businesses. Most are service-based, in that industry, service provider, that kind of thing. So that's awesome, because like you could take that same kind of model and stamp that across, and really help, a lot of businesses out. So having those, and I've also heard profit centers. I've heard kind of that same thing, like, hey, somebody had an idea, we create a profit center around that idea. We pull a team, almost like a strike team.
Yep.
I've heard that too. And then they build that out, and then you kind of stamp that across. So that's awesome. That actually gives me some ideas, to be honest. I'm like, that's awesome. And then what do you guys like to do for, like, as a team? I know you said culture is important. You guys have a lot of company events and things. Do you guys, like, is it one of those cultures where you guys are doing things for fun, like outside of work?
Yep.
Or what do you guys normally get into?
We have our company picnics, obviously. Yeah. We go to Bucks games. We're a Bucks sponsor.
Okay.
A small business partner. So we go to Bucks games. Brewer season's starting now. We golf, get our nails done. So we have
nice.
Yeah, we have a lot of people.
Yeah.
So and that's
using your hands a lot. That
yeah.
actually makes sense.
Yeah. We about a year ago, maybe more than that. The office gets left out.
Yeah.
All the time, and they don't golf. They don't. Not all of them. I mean, I don't want to still stigmatize the whole office, but they all love getting their nails done. Yeah. They all love doing that. So we do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So you guys have this camaraderie around everything that you're doing.
Yeah. We have a ton of giveaways, contests. We review goals. Like incentivize your people, and you'll be amazed at what they're capable of doing.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to, once again, empowering.
Yeah, and that's the best part of my day.
Yeah.
Is he did that or she did that? No one asked. And here we go.
Yeah.
We're on to something.
Yeah.
And not every great idea is great, but every great idea is worth looking into.
Oh.
Especially if it comes from your people.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of your time and just think about it. It's a couple minutes.
That's so
couple
important,
hours,
man.
whatever it is.
There's a lot of organizations that they don't listen, And it's so funny. I don't know how much you kind of look into what other businesses and, like, especially like these huge brands and corporations do, but the amount of, I heard this like one stat that the amount of businesses that become like $1 billion organizations that they worked for, like basically their competitor at a point, is like staggering. So if that company would have just listened to their people and created a pod, created something for their idea to at least see, hey, is there some viability, with this idea? They could have created a whole nother sector and probably, and a whole nother revenue stream But since they're not listening, and then they go off and start their own business, and next thing you know, you got competition. So like just the fact of that you're able to say, hey, let me just hear your idea out. Because then I'm sure there's been a ton of great ideas.
We ask for it. We have a monthly newsletter that we put out that has a blind suggestion box. If you're too scared to ask leadership,
nervous,
just get it out there.
Yeah, drop it in.
Yeah, whatever it is. And we've had some great things happen. The pods were a project manager.
Really?
That wasn't my idea. That was one of our.
Oh man!
Yeah,
Nice.
he read a book and he took parts of the book and came up with this plan.
Yeah.
And I said, "This is brilliant." and it changed everything we did.
Yeah.
And
like the whole business model, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there you go. That's the power of like actually listening to your people.
Yep.
And you guys are proactive about it. So it's not like you're waiting around for it. You're proactive about it. Now, I got to know through the activities that you guys are doing outside, is there any type of shoe game activity, where somebody shows up, hey, what's the best looking footwear?
I get asked a lot, what shoes do you have on today? There's actually one of our guys now, which I never knew this. He sent me a picture of an $1,100 pair of Jordan 1s. I didn't know who it was because I didn't have his phone number saved in my phone.
Yeah.
And we got into conversation about shoes, and it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing at Infinity. And you'll have your job site shoes and then your office shoes. So you change when you get back to the office because you don't want don't trudge mud around the office because then everyone gets angry. But two, it's just shoes are a thing.
Yeah. So talk to me about those, man. What do you got on today?
These are just normal Jordan 1 low. These are just Jordan lows.
Okay.
I have a lot of them. And I think
what's a lot?
I have 9 pairs of these, I believe. I'm a big 270 guy.
Okay.
Okay. My wife is worse than me. I think she might have every pair they've ever made but 2. No all black, no all red. Our closets are gorgeous.
Yeah. Do you have the nice setup, like where you have the individual boxes and oh man.
Yeah, boxes go on the top, and then every shoe has a slot. And we actually take our time to put them in order.
Yeah.
My kids are bad now too.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I made it. Or else, they wouldn't have any of these shoes.
How many shoes are we talking? Like what?
In our house?
Yeah, total number. How many shoes are we talking?
There's probably 200 pairs of shoes in my house. And they're all tennis shoes.
They're all tennis shoes.
Yeah.
You just walk in that closet and you're just like, man, what are we doing today?
The problem is my kids have closets too.
Oh, okay.
So they're what shoes am I wearing, and then I pick everything else.
Yeah.
So it's
So you start with the shoes,
and
then you go from there.
Yeah. There's work shoes, and then other shoes. I wear tennis shoes to weddings. I don't like. It's the one thing I can't shake. I can't wear dress shoes, and I don't
can't wear them.
Like something in me won't let me wear them.
Yeah.
I can find a suit. I can wear. I can find anything to wear around a pair of tennis shoes, but everything's planned on that.
Yeah, because I was in. That's why I feel like I have so many hats. I have like. I'm like ashamed to even say how many hats I have, but I always love wearing a hat. So like even like the wedding I was just in this past weekend, I couldn't wait to take off the shoes first of all, and I swapped out with some nice kicks on. I think I had some Giannis's on for that one, and then a hat. I immediately threw on a hat during like once the DJ started playing and stuff. I'm like, all right, we don't gotta have the the tux and all this stuff. I can show with a hat and some nice shoes on. But I saw some other people changing out their shoes pretty quick too, because the dress shoes, man. I mean, there's some nice dress shoes. I'm also not a dress shoe guy. I mean, there's some nice stuff out there. Actually, my friend, I saw him at the wedding too, and he had some really nice Steve Maddens on, and I was like, dude, those are nice, but they're just not my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I would just never wear them.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you collect those. I also heard that you collect sports cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I also get in trouble with the wife for collecting sports cards. Yeah, my son got into it. I loved it when I was little.
Yeah.
And I think his love of the cards turned me back on, where now I just blame him for ordering. Well, we had to get Nolan cards.
Yeah.
No, it's me ordering and the cards and blaming him, but he loves it too. Yeah, it's
What's one of the best? Like, give me your top 2 favorite cards you got.
we have a Brees Hall that I love. It's not worth a ton, but it's just I tell my son too, like, sometimes you have to keep these cards because they just look cool.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
there's something to that too,
Yes.
where it's just a gorgeous card.
Yes.
Anything Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more me than him.
Yeah.
I think every one of his cards look gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's a big Penix guy.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, any quarterbacks basically he loves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Nice. And did you have any of them graded at all?
We have 7 or 8 graded now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, they're doing well.
You got good grades on them?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I sent in. I was telling you, like, I collect Pokemon. Well, I just as a kid, I was, I got just grew up with right when the game came out. That was the hot thing. And then my dad used to work for Rockwell Automation, and so he would travel a lot.
So did mine.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's a small world, man.
Yeah. I would bet you that your father knows my father.
He was in product marketing.
My father ran the cafeteria and all the banquets.
Oh man, we went to all those Christmas parties growing up.
Yeah. Every person that I've ever ran into that worked at Rockwell knew my father.
Wow.
Because everyone eats, right?
Yeah. Dang. And what's your father's name?
Same as mine.
Same as yours. Okay. I'm gonna ask him. I fly back tomorrow. I'm gonna ask him. Yeah. But yeah, so he traveled to Japan before the game hit the States. So he came back. I remember the meeting he had was with Mr. Fujiyoshi-san was his name. And he came back with this binder. And he's like, hey, this game's going to be really big, in the States soon. And I didn't know what it was. Pocket Monsters is what they had on the thing. And then, man, like a year later, boom, it hit the States. And I had some of like the early ones. So I did send some of those to get graded. Some were good. Some were not so great.
Yeah.
It's just the older cards. Like, also as a kid, I was playing with them.
Yeah.
Just messing them up. And I'm like, dang, if I didn't do this. And this one kid stole my cards too, and my bike. That's a whole nother story that I'm really upset about, because I'm like, man, I was probably sitting on some good stuff that he stole. But yeah, and then I just recently started getting back into it just because it's getting popular again. And I just went into my closet and I was like, man, what do I have? And so I just started kind of poking around in there, and it's fun, man, just reliving that childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just awesome. And then so you collected them growing up?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cards? Okay. Okay. Is that something you did with your dad as well?
No,
Okay.
I shouldn't say I collected them.
Okay.
I mean, not like we are now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're not getting cards now to
Yeah.
sell them. We're just getting
Yeah,
them
to collect,
keep.
yeah.
And back then it was, you just got cards traded here
Yeah.
and there, and you went to the card shop because it was right by the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
So,
That's normally how it starts.
yeah.
Because I used to always go to this candy store, and the card shop was right next to it in Tulsa.
Yeah. On North
Yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah, North Avenue.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I grew up on 57th and North.
Yeah, 62nd and North.
No, so we were 5 blocks.
Dang, what in the world?
Yep.
Dude, the world is just, it's massive, but it's so small at the
Yeah.
same time. That's crazy. Oh my God. So we probably could have there's that Blockbuster right down the,
Yep.
Yeah, it used to be right there. Oh man, I used to go there all the time when they had that, what was it, like $15 a month or something, and you could just rent as much as you wanted or something. You just had to swap
Yeah.
them out.
Then they got you for the $9 popcorn on the way out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the good old days. Now
Yeah.
it's all streaming and all this other stuff. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. See, that threw me off. That's crazy. Yeah, and I mean, Toast's really blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of new places, bars, restaurants.
Awesome
I mean,
place now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because it's all like kind of localized though.
Mhm.
Like there's not these chains or anything. They kept that local kind of feel, boutiques and that kind of stuff, which is awesome.
You spend a weekend just walking around,
Yeah.
run into
Yeah.
something you didn't know was there.
Yeah. So I like that they keep doubling down over there, which is awesome. What's the next like the next big project that you guys have coming up? Any other commercial ones that you guys are got in the pipeline?
We always have a few.
Okay.
We kind of outskirts-ish, and we have
Okay.
something coming up in East Troy. We have we just got, I can't tell you what it is, but
Okay.
we just got an invite to bid on a huge project in the Harambe neighborhood.
Okay.
Neighborhood down east side Milwaukee.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
That would be a great one.
Yeah.
Great one to get. I think it's huge for business. I mean, it's great, but just the vicinity that it's in.
Yeah.
It's kind of back to the roots kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I got my fingers crossed about that one. We have some locations in mind. We have some people
Yeah.
that we need to find locations for. To be honest with you, they've earned it. They deserve it. Let's
Oh, nice.
start looking.
Nice.
Yeah, and those are great conversations. Again,
Yeah.
coming from where I was when I was little to where I
Yeah.
am now, I never thought I'd be thinking about the things that I think of every day.
Yeah.
Think about every day, not think of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's incredible, man. What do you feel like is the biggest challenge that you've had being a leader and just within the 12 years of business? What's been one of the things that you've maybe struggled with or that you had to overcome?
The most difficult thing, not turning into who we compete against. Keeping the mindset day in and day out. It's real easy to fall in, especially with the size that we are,
Yeah.
to fall into that customer's name that's on the folder not becoming the folder.
Yeah, I know.
If
what
you know
you're
what I
talking
mean,
about.
like that person. Every project needs to be treated almost bring the circus to town kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
this is a huge thing for them.
Yeah.
To not fall into PO numbers instead of names.
I mean, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's because you can kind of get easy to get into like, okay, yep, this is just another job, But at the end of the day, like every job is truly unique, because it's an individual and you gotta try to maximize that relationship, to the fullest that it can possibly be. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And that's a challenge as you grow in scale. Like the bigger you guys get, it's going to be, but you guys already have a culture first mindset already, which there's some companies that scale really big and then they have to get a culture first mindset.
Yeah.
And that becomes a lot more difficult to start to implement. And then you're like, oh my God, we got to fire a lot of people because like they don't fit anything what we're doing now. But you guys already had that from the get-go, which is awesome.
Yeah, and there are important things to track, right?
Yeah.
So our mission vision, we're every day we're saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors.
Yes.
That's on everything that we write, all of our marketing material, and we're installing peace of mind.
Yeah.
That's our vision
Installing
statement.
peace of mind. Nice.
My truck wrap just got done, and that's on the back of my truck now.
Yeah.
But we grade ourselves on a triad. We have our customers first, our people second, and our prosperity third.
Yeah.
So that's the importance.
Yeah.
So they all translate together, but if the first two don't hit, don't even worry about the third one anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that comes down to principles.
Yeah.
Just to have every single person be on that, for those principles. And yeah, man, this is good. I love doing these conversations because it's just a reminder for myself, like I got to have this kind of philosophy around culture first. This is the true things that work at scale, It's so good, man. And then just talking with you, like you really know what you're talking about, which is awesome. I mean, just been doing it for so long. We like to end every single podcast just with a fun question. what is your top 3 favorite movies of all time?
Miracle is number 1.
What is that about? I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, my son's gonna laugh when he watches this too. We were just talking about this. I try to get my family to watch it. We were actually talking about it last night.
Okay.
2 is Miracle is the Disney movie about the 80 hockey team, the 80 Olympic hockey team.
Okay.
And
okay.
it's not a movie about hockey. It's a movie about the people on the hockey team.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans is second.
Oh, great movie. Great movie. Classic.
And I got to go off the wall with the third one maybe a little bit because I don't probably Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers. That's a great movie, though.
Yeah.
So it's just a funny thing. I got to say this because one of my clients, I had a meeting with him like a few weeks ago, and I told him that I was going to be in my friend's wedding in Door County. And he's like, "Do you think I could crash it?" He actually drove up to Door County and crashed it. My friend was totally okay with it, though. He was like, "Hey," he kind of knew him a little bit through it,
Yeah.
but I was like, "Dude, you actually showed up 3 hours away." We were dying laughing, and he's like, "Dude, this is like the 3rd wedding I've crashed."
He'll be Wedding Crashers too now.
Yeah, he's Wedding Crashers too. Oh man, Mike, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for
man.
having me.
This has been an incredible conversation. To everybody listening, watching, please go like, comment, subscribe to the podcast. And where can people get connected with you, Mike?
InfinityExteriors.com.
Amazing. Guys, reach out, especially if you're local or if you're in Illinois, reach out to these guys. They, as you can tell, the customer care is very important to them. Culture first. They lead with authenticity, and they want to exude that through everything that they do. So don't forget, guys, if you can change your circle, you can change your life. And until the next episode, we're out. Peace.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more amazing content that we're going to be putting out. And don't forget, you can change your circle to change your life.